Hill sponsors Joshua versus Beazeale on Sky Sports Box Office.
Radio Rahim here with Anthony Joshua. You know, Anthony, every time there's a big fight like this, the media, we have to create a narrative. It was Charles Martin, his experience. Now we've got Dominic Beazeale, and we're talking about his size. Why should Dominic Beazeale's size be any more of a challenge than Charles Martin's experience was?
Well, it's a small ring, a dominant character in there, someone with range. I'm used to being a dominant force in there because of my size, but I'm dealing with someone who's potentially bigger than me, potentially heavier than me, and could potentially be stronger than me, which we're going to find out June 25th. So I'm dealing with something I'm not used to, and it's an unknown quantity, so I've got to kind of adapt as quick as possible. So physically, I'm at a disadvantage, so I've got to make sure I'm switched on mentally.
These disadvantages, they're things that you can work on, but when you look at Dominic Beazeale and his past, do you see anything there that you consider a serious threat to you on Saturday night?
Yeah, and as I've always kind of had that mentality, you've got to approach every fight like it's your last. The unknown can happen in the heavyweight division, and he is an intelligent man. So when I've put some opponents under pressure and I've managed to, kind of shatter their dreams and their plans of what they want to do, I see Dominic Beazeale as, boxing skills aside, he seems quite intellectual and intelligent. So I think he'll be able to deal with certain situations I put him in. So it'll be quite interesting to see how his mind works, because he seems intelligent, he talks well. So under pressure in the ring, we'll see if he can take that into the ring and deal with situations. So it could potentially be a longer fight than expected.
He talked quite a bit at the outset of this fight, the first face-off. This time we saw you guys shaking hands and smiling. Yeah. Have you won that first battle?
Well, I've always said when I watch press conferences, I've seen guys push guys and all sorts, and I've seen them get battered in the ring. So I'm going to stay away from winning battles outside of the ring. My main focus is the one victory come June 25th.
William Hill has you a 31-1 favorite, but more impressively, they've got you at a 7-1 favorite to knock him out in the first 60 seconds, not just the first round. Where should we be laying our money?
Well, I think just the win. You don't bet against the house. That's the main. You don't bet against the house, so just bet on a win. I don't like to make predictions because I can go in there with the mentality I want to box and look slick and maybe a little dancing around in dedication to the champ. But once that bell rings, that killer instinct comes over. So I can't give you predictions, but I think you have to bet on a win and take your gut instinct, look at previous fights, and then you'll kind of gauge where you think I'm.
Lastly, I know you don't like to make predictions, but I also know you like to visualize things.
Yeah.
When you visualize this fight, pick a number between 1 and 12.
4.
4. Radio Rahim with Anthony Joshua knocking out Dominic Beazeale in the 4th round. We'll see you Saturday night at the O2 Arena on Sky Sports. Thanks, man.
William Hill sponsors Joshua versus Beazeale on Sky Sports Box Office.